Phil, great to see you again, mate.
Thanks for having me, Ross.
Mate, this is going off. So the first time I've been to anything like this in Adelaide. I believe this is the first time Smart Energy have run this conference in Adelaide.
Yep.
What are your first thoughts?
Yeah, look, it's a great show so far. A lot of interest. People are coming past. They want to talk about the battery. They want to understand the home rebate and how Anker is going to help them move more product.
Mate, well, you picked the first two topics I want to talk about. So firstly, since the rebate kicked off, It's only been 3 weeks since it officially kicked off, although, 2 months leading up to that. How has it been for Anker? I mean, are you guys overwhelmed? Is it going to plan? What's going on?
Well, I mean, look, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, but no, look, everything's going really well. Definitely a lot of excitement and interest in the product. Why does infrastructure have to look bad? We're answering that question with this product, so we're getting a lot of installers that are shooting for that premium product, that appearance-based package. So look, everything is going well. We could always have more supply. More stock is going to be great, but that's coming. We've got containers on the border right now. Our installers are happy with how the installs are going, our tech support, our sales support. Marketing is doing a really good job. So look, everything is just ticking those boxes. By the end of the year, we'll really establish ourselves in Australia.
It really is one of those things where you kind of assumed it was going to go as it's gone, but you never really knew.
No.
And I think the anticipation was that we're certainly going to, see some consumer awareness, and there's going to be a lot of things coming through. But no one could have anticipated that thousands and thousands of orders are going to hit us.
No, not at all. And I think a lot of people came out of the woodwork on July 1.
Yeah.
A lot of customers are really waiting to see if it was real. Now it's real. I think a lot more have poured on. There's always that race to the bottom with some pricing and some advertising that's out there. There's just lots of little things happening that are causing just that little bit of shock to the system. But it is a really, as we chatted about last time, the market is far more established than it was 10, 15 years ago. So there's definitely the ability to absorb a lot of that. The safety systems are in place, the checks are in place. Things are moving well. There's always things we can improve on, but I'm so far pretty proud of the industry for what we've achieved.
No, absolutely. I agree with you completely. I mean, really, this is one of my biggest concerns was the race to the bottom.
Yeah.
And of course, that's definitely happening.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's still only 2.5 weeks in.
Yeah, 3 weeks in.
But, everyone else, including Smart Energy Council, CEC, Chris Bowen, all singing from the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
This is a 5-year program.
Yeah.
We want, million batteries, ideal scenario, to be out there in Australia, and for that to happen, everyone just does to do the right thing. You guys have positioned yourself as a high-quality product. I mean, we've filmed this particular product a couple of times now, especially for the Internet TV show, which is amazing.
Yeah, it went well.
It went very well. It looks absolutely stunning. I know there's people that install it in their home, and they've got a beautiful home, it's got a lot of money on it, it's a coastline property, and they did not want, or Luana definitely did not want an ugly battery, even if it's in the garage. She loves it.
Yeah.
It's going really, really well. Can you tell me, who is your ideal type of customer? Do you have an end user in mind when you design this product?
Look, not so much an end user in mind, but Anker takes a different approach, and because we make so many consumer goods, we are used to dealing directly with the end user. The end user is one of the most brutal forms of feedback you can receive as a business, and so we design the product with end user feedback directly to us. The X1 is our first professional product that is sold B2B2C, so the consumer had a lot to do with the input of the design, the look and the feel of the product, and that's starting to come out. So we've put the product in the market, and I think it's actually, we're seeing a lot more varied customers are coming through for it than what we both might have thought previously. It's not that typical beachside baby boomer house that's already had the big system and they want to throw a battery on. We're actually making a lot of progress with home builders, the new builds. We're making a lot of progress with the AC coupled retrofit market, those looking for replacements for legacy brands that have been in Australia a long time, who have sort of left the AC market to us. So there's lots of avenues that are actually starting to get filled really well, and people are the in-store quality is really ticking a lot of boxes, and the speed at which people are able to install it as well.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's ticking a lot of boxes in different areas. So there's not one type of customer, but it's broad and it's good.
It is actually really interesting. So now you've made my mind wonder what to expect over the next 4 and a half years, 5 years, really.
Yeah.
And I think every single year we are going to kind of see a different variance of customer as well. I mean, fundamentally for me, every single person who has a home or pays an electricity bill and can install a battery should install a battery. I mean, it makes complete sense to do.
Absolutely.
It makes complete sense not to. And especially when you look at the size of the rebate available, you can absolutely smash the retail cost of this product. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to, very rough figures, a solar and battery system installed for 10 grand, and you look at the cost of power in an Aussie home now, the ROI on that, under that 5-year mark, for a system that's going to last you 15, 20 years, it's just such a no-brainer. And not only that, it solves so many flow-on effect problems. So they're able to absorb solar in the middle of the day, stabilise the grid, blackout protection, and the big one that I think that we will see a lot more of moving forward is that participation in VPPs.
Yeah.
So currently we're in the integration process with Amber.
Yeah.
So we will be with them at the start of Q4 this year.
Awesome.
So all our customers will be able to access Smart Shift and get all the benefits of that. And what you're seeing in New South Wales, for example, is the rebate to join a VPP. And I think what we'll see over the next few years as more batteries come on the market is how do governments and large retailers and networks take advantage of the assets that private capital purchase. And that's through, I think, incentivising joining VPPs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, VPP, and you've ticked all those boxes off really, really well. Like, one of the reasons I got batteries on my own home, to reduce some of the mercy of my electricity retailer. Don't knock electricity retailers, they've got a job to do. On the same token, I'm also scaling higher and higher and higher. Energy intensity is so important, blackout protection, ticking that box at a massive level. And unfortunately, our infrastructure is not really, they're doing the best they can do to maintain it, to upgrade it. But really, unless we take ownership and have our own, essentially our own power station and backup, we're at the mercy of blackouts, right? And having one for a 9-dayer with Cyclone Alfred, I know what that's like. But you really hit the mark when you talk about the VPP. And I'm starting to explore Amber. I've had a couple of chats with them. We'll have some stuff on our website very soon. But they really do demonstrate an opportunity to not get a return on investment, but actually start to generate a profit from your battery as well.
They do, yeah.
So really, if you consider that you're around 50 kilowatt hours of this stuff, is it 50 or something?
50 is the federal max, yeah.
The first thing that went through my mind is, if you can afford to get 50 kilowatt hours, do it. Because especially now your product's being designed to last for 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
The return on investment on that is absolutely phenomenal.
Correct. And when you look at opportunities like Amber, where you can effectively take cash out of the system for supporting your neighbours with green power, there's not a lot of reasons not to go all in on this battery in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
The way the rebate's structured as it devalues down to 2030, the next 6 months is going to be a real race to get batteries in, because those are the customers that are going to see the most value out of it.
Yeah.
But when you get to that 50 kilowatt hours, a nice big inverter, so you can get the power out of it onto the grid, those customers in the next 5 to 10 years, as the wholesale market becomes a little less stable, a little less dependent on fossil fuels, the value on that return is going to be phenomenal.
It's absolutely incredible, and then knowing every single moment, every single time you do this, no matter what size you invest in, you reduce your carbon footprint. Potentially, you're going to be carbon, not just net zero, but carbon positive. So the fact is, you're doing so much good. And as you said earlier, you're helping your neighbours out. You're helping different parts of Australia, different parts of the world. So really, there's the monetary side, which has probably always been the reason why people didn't go all in the batteries.
Correct,
because it's not so expensive. People care about the environment, and they're like, thinking about their back pocket as well. And now you can do both at the same time.
Yeah, and that's something we should be, again, I've said this a few times out in the ether, something Australia should be incredibly considered. We have the most solar per capita of any country on earth.
Incredible.
by an enormous margin. We're over a kilowatt per person in Australia of solar on rooftops. And now we're able to do that with batteries and really lead the world. And we should sit there and go, we've taken that power back from large corporations that have no incentive to help us. I get they're in business to make money, but they're also, some of them are in business to take money out of our pockets.
Yeah.
We are the leading country on earth to take that power back into our ownership, and that's something that I'm incredibly proud of.
No, I think we definitely should be. Mate, it's a pleasure to see you.
I appreciate your time, mate.
Likewise. All the
Thanks,
best.
mate.